Good morning, everyone. We're coming to you from the top of just a little side stop hill near Hefner, Oklahoma. This is not the main target area for the day, but I had to stop by because there are several records at this park of western diamondback rattlesnakes. This thick forested habitat is not typically what you think of when you think diamondbacks, but believe it or not, they're here and they extend through this region, the Ouachitas and the Arkansas Valley to the north, over into Arkansas. But we're going to see if we can find one of these really far east guys. It was kind of to be expected, but still a little disappointing that we did not, in fact, find the western diamondbacks around here. However, there were many beautiful spring wildflowers popping up, so it took some time to admire those before heading a little further south into the Ouachitas officially, where we did very soon turn up our first reptile. Alright folks, we're at a second spot here. Tiny little lake. And there is a wild cottonmouth. Decently sized one too. This is what would be a vernal pool anywhere else, but I think up here where it rains so much it's permanent. And this guy's going to be hunting all the various frogs and stuff that's out here. He's about somewhere between 2.5 and 3 feet long, so a decently sized cotton, but not huge. Average size though. Oh, and he knows I'm here. You're okay, dude. You see, that's about all the behavior that they'll do. Mouth flash and rattle the tail. They are not mimicking rattlesnakes when they do that, though. It's just to make noise in the leaf litter. Perfect. As I shifted positions to try and get a better photo, this guy did cinch up a little bit into the more classic curled up open mouth, cottonmouth pose, but again, that's as far as it went. None of that mythic chasing, no aggression whatsoever, just him being a little bit defensive, trying to make sure I did not come in, step on him, or try and eat him, as most cottonmouths typically do. Obligatory stop on the Shawnee Ridge, looking over the north end of the Ouachitas. We'll be heading that direction in a little bit to hopefully find stuff, but first we're going to stop at a familiar spring. What a beautiful place, though. Alright, here at an old familiar spring. There's some other interesting stuff under the rocks. Worms. Whoop, and there we go. There is a Kiamichi slimy under there. Alright, in situ first, an adult with a regrown tail, Kiamichi slimy salamander. We'll see if we can get him out for a better look here. Whoop. So before he runs away, what a gorgeous Kiamichi slimy. An adult. We'll have to make sure not to have him out too long so that he stays nice and moist. But these guys are endemic to Kiamichi and rich mountains in the Ouachitas here. Separate subspecies or separate species from the western slimies that live down in the lowlands. We found a baby last time, but this is a pretty decently sized one. Oop, and there he goes. Back to where his rock was. We'll leave him there. And a mountainside crayfish. Alright, this is number 5. Most of the others have just kind of disappeared into the rocks. Like he's about to. There he goes. Well, there was something right there. millipedes. But I'm not looking for millipedes. So many rocks here that move. Too many movable rocks, in fact. That's what I'd say. Alright, might be time to move to the next location. Though indeed nothing else was seen at that spot, or admittedly along much of the road as I headed further east, there are a lot of spots along that little drive that are beautiful places to pull over and look around, beautiful wildflowers, a few historic places to stop and look at, but there was some wildlife to at least be found a little further along. Right here, I'm going to see if I can grab him before he disappears. Yep, there we go. Oh, he's being calm. Look at that gorgeous snake. Oh, wow. It's a female. It is a beautiful female. Well, making up for the one I missed last time in a different location, though. A gorgeous Ouachita Mountains speckled king snake. Just came out to start basking, and I believe it's a newly gravid female getting ready in a couple months here to lay some eggs. What a gorgeous snake. You can see she's being quiet because she's relatively cold still. Look at that belly. What a gorgeous animal. Whoops. It's hard to see you because you keep going weird places here. Wow. Come here. Look at that snake. We won't bother her too long. We'll let her get going in a second here. But that's a great sign, 2 snakes already today. Though I've only seen the Montane version of the speckled kings once before, and that was one video before, they hardly need an introduction. They are just absolutely gorgeous animals. Seen them quite a few other places, but this is a particularly nice one. Alright, miss. Don't you go right back where you were at, okay? You can go bask. We'll see if anybody else is out over here. Oh, that's a big moving rock. This is the kind of hillside that would be great as a timber den. And that would also be a good reason to explain why the king snake is over here, besides just the fact that it's good hiding places. Because young timbers would be king food. Ooh, that's a shifty stone. I don't have the means or necessarily the time to climb too far on here. Worms. Just worms. Ooh, very large ridge mountain. I'm in the wrong location to get to them. There we go. Okay. Alright, so he's covered in dirt, so it's kind of hard to see, but there's a rich mountain salamander. You can tell them apart from their relative, the Kiamichi slimy, because they've got these brown blotches, sometimes an entirely brown back. Otherwise, they're extremely similar because they're both plethodon species. But they're all over in this little spot where I'm at. Cool little guys, though. Here's a slightly better looking one, and not covered in dirt. Beautiful animal. We'll put his rock back, because they are just everywhere. Alright, this one I needed to get some video of, because he's got some great brown colors on his back. Look at that. What a gorgeous salamander. Alright, this might be the best one so far. This guy is almost entirely copper brown on top. He's missing a little bit of his tail, sadly, but look at that coloration. I've not seen a rich mountain that looks quite like that yet. Incredible. And three more with great variety. One that is very, very brown. One that is not. One kind of in the middle. Beautiful. So many of these guys, it's ridiculous. And there's a whole mess of them. At least three. There might have been another that got out of the way. Look at the color on that guy. He's similar to that last one. He's got more of a full tail. And a young one. And that guy who's blotchy looking. Awesome. Just like last time, though, the only thing that was showing up at this spot were the salamanders, so relocated not too long after. So it's not what I was looking for when I looked over the wall, because I saw a lizard running around behind it, but we got a walking stick who is hanging out on the wall. How cool. So we're at a new location now, and I was here about a year ago as well. Something I forgot to video while I was here is the rocks in the creek are a very interesting structure, reminiscent of what created the Ouachita Mountains down here and the Sequoia area. A rapid northward shift of plates shoved seabed upward, and so we have all of these rocks at odd angles now. Very interesting. Anyway, so the hope around here is sequoia salamanders, pygmy rattlesnakes. There are potentially cottonmouths even along this little side creek, but we'll see what shows up. A little bit of an unexpected find under a rock. We got a very dusky looking green frog over here. We'll leave him right where he is though. No need to really disturb him. He's got a little pocket under his rock here. It took a little longer than last time, but we finally got him. A Sequoia slimy salamander, the endemic to kind of the Beaver's Bend area. This guy's got quite a lot of spots on him, but that's not necessarily an identifying feature, although the last one that I found last year also kind of had that. Could also just be a factor of this guy is young, who knows. Rather unique little animals. They like hiding under the wet, rotting logs out here. Anyway, we'll see what else we can find. I'm not entirely sure what he is, but some kind of little frog here. Looks like a very small green frog, but unsure. Hold on, dude. Hold on. I'll figure out soon. Alright, now I kind of wonder if this species is just naturally small, because this second one is about the same size as the other one, and I've yet to find any bigger. We'll see. I have no idea what kind of heron that is. I'll find out in a little bit here. But definitely not a great blue heron. Something new for me. What an interesting bird. I'll get this up on the screen for you guys though. So I've never actually seen one before, but there's a pileated woodpecker. One of North America's largest remaining woodpeckers now that the ivory bill is probably gone. What an impressive bird. Oh, there he goes. Juvenile katydid. Very bright green. Wonder how long it'll be before it gets its wings. And something I wasn't really expecting. There's a yucca growing in this very wet hillside. They really do adapt to pretty much anywhere. Much like my last stop in this area though, the Beaver's Bend area was a little bit slow with the few salamanders and birds, the last things I saw, other than this apparently endangered jewel flower species. After getting a photo of that, I headed down to the red slough. So I managed to get down to the red slough before the sun actually went down. And there's a beaver munching away on some water plants as a light rain falls. Rain's a little annoying, but won't amount to much, I don't think. The first time I think I've seen these guys actually eating. Come on, camera. Nope, it doesn't want to focus on him at a distance. Come on. Oh wow. He's a big guy. So if you listen carefully, the evening frog chorus has begun. And there's a barred owl. Oh, it's been hit. It's been hit, but it's still alive. It's a mud snake. He's just been clipped. Oh my god. Well, the good news is with how he's moving, he might actually survive. We just have to get him off the road, but... well, that's a western mud snake right there, crossing the road. We're just gonna try and get him safely off the road. I imagine whoever came through just before me probably clipped him just slightly. He's got a little bit of blood on one eye, so I think he was just barely smacked. But oftentimes they will survive when they do that. You can see he's reacting defensively to my movement here. They exclusively eat sirens, amphiumas, long aquatic salamanders. Yep, even though the injury actually didn't look too bad this time, which I am so thankful for, there's a very good chance this big girl was going to survive. I didn't want to bother her too much, so I just took a couple of photos to talk through with you guys on this. Western mud snakes are a huge target animal because they're rarely seen on land. Kind of early to mid-spring is kind of the best time for them when they're actually out looking for mates, looking for breeding and places to lay their eggs. But they are otherwise almost completely aquatic, hunting their big salamander prey items, and that's all that they eat too. These guys, they start out relatively small, about 1.5 feet once they hatch out, and they can grow to over 6 feet in length. They almost never bite, and they are gorgeous animals. The western muds especially, they have this black back and brilliant red and black patterned belly. Gorgeous animals, and like all their relatives, these are a dipsadded snake, so they are also rear fang venomous. That venom is meant for stunning those salamanders though, and if you ever manage to get one to bite, which I've never heard of someone managing to do so, it wouldn't do a whole lot to you. So big, beautiful, completely harmless animals. Alright, you, come here. You were moving across the road, so we're gonna go and get you over here, okay? And then hopefully you recover. There you go. I hope you recover. So, kind of a bittersweet way to end the night, but at least in this case, I do have really high hopes and high belief that that mud snake will be able to recover, since it was moving around okay. It was tongue flicking. It was looking around with its good eye, at least as good as it was because it was in shed. But I do think it will recover. So I think we can finish the night on a fairly high note. But tomorrow I'll be starting off down there again, see if I can't find some of the daytime active things. And who knows, maybe I'll flip some cover and find a healthy mud snake, or maybe a swamp snake. Either way. And then we'll be cruising westward towards the next location. Fingers crossed, maybe we'll come across a pygmy, because that's probably the best chance I've got for that. But until then, do keep watching the videos. Give likes, give comments, subscribe, watch all the way through, because all these things really do help support the channel. If you'd like to see more photos and tidbits and such, you can always find me on social media, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Carlton Carnivores. If you would like to find more information about maybe some of the animals that you've seen or some of the plants that I work with, the database and blog are both on my website, carltoncarnivores.com. You can also support financially by buying some of the plants that are there, or sometimes baby snakes if you're looking for a new pet. And you can also support in other ways. You can become a member at patreon.com/hcarlton. Members there get extra benefits back as well. Or you can donate at Coffee. And you can also buy merchandise at our Teespring shop. All of the links for these things will be down below, so you don't have to memorize anything. But until next time, I'm Hawk and Carlton, and this is Carlton Carnivores.